What's good, B-Sounds? It's your boy, Kick and Raid, and what's not good is me. I'm sick. I'm not well. So I was going to do something else today, something that requires me to move, but I'm not doing that anymore because... So I thought instead we'd talk about the new director's cut of Rocky IV that's just come out. I was lucky enough to go see it at the cinema, and the only showing of it in our whole city, and it was good. It was real good. I have notes. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't a complete improvement. There are things that I miss. There are things that I didn't miss. There are some things that the first one nails that this one doesn't nail. Sly, I love you. You're my hero. I know you're a subscriber, so, DM me and we'll chat about this. Firstly, my history with Rocky IV. I saw Rocky IV when I was about 9, I think. And I've watched it at least once a year, every year since then. It's my favourite Rocky. It's one of my favourite movies. It is great. And Dolph Lundgren in that movie has just about the best physique that anyone's ever had. Imho. And that's Sly's best physique too. Like that, Rambo 3, just peak. And it was really special to see it at the cinema because these shiny boys, beautiful, massive, shiny boys, lean and pleasant to see with my eyeballs. It's funny actually, the first time I saw Rocky IV, I was sick off school and like proper sick. It was disgusting. My mum came in with this carpet bag of VHSs and just like threw it in the room and buggered off. So I was looking through all these VHSs of like Mel Gibson's Ransom, I think was maybe one of them. There was a Rambo. There was all of the Rockies, and little me didn't really understand Rocky 1. I was like, oh, but I ran out of other tapes, so I watched Rocky 2 and I was like, oh, and then Rocky 3, and I was like, oh, and then Rocky 4, woo! So, real good, love it. I watched Rocky 4 almost continuously when I was training for my black belt in jiu-jitsu. Part of the grading, the beginning of the grading is a 12-mile run, and I hate running, so every day I bought myself a treadmill, and I set it up in my living room, and I just put all of the Rocky movies on repeat. I'm lying, I put 2, 3, and 4 on repeat and just ran. And that was my life every day for quite a long while. So when I say I've seen it, I've seen it. It's not ingrained in my memory. Like, I don't know every line like I do Lord of the Rings, but when something's different, I can tell. So this version doesn't start at the end of Rocky 3. Every Rocky starts right at the end of the previous Rocky. This Rocky starts sort of halfway through Rocky 3, just after Rocky's been beaten by Clubber Lang, and he's mad, and he throws his helmet at the statue. And I guess that was done to give more character to Apollo, but it's a bit of a false start for a movie, Movies are supposed to be an action opening sequence, or, like the main thing happens, and then you go on a journey, and maybe there's a middle action thing, and then you go on a journey, and then there's the big crescendo. This really missed the mark on the intro. I mean, everyone there was a Rocky fan, so it was fine, but it was a bit of a stumble, and it doesn't, like the intro of Rocky IV with Rocky beating Clubber Lang and the boxing gloves exploding. That gets you in the mood, This was, it sort of started on a slow, sad montage, and then there's the fight with Clubber, and then the movie continues. And I watched the documentary, and I also saw the director's Q&A that happened before the movie, that it's to give the characters more of what they deserve. But I didn't feel like there was that much extra for Apollo. He's working with basically found footage, it's like he can go back and shoot some scenes. I just didn't see the benefit of exactly that. I did see the benefit of extended Apollo scenes after that, but I thought that was a bit of a miss. What wasn't a miss, all of the kind of hazy 50s starlet filter stuff has gone, and the fights are gritty, they are recut, so when you're watching it and you can see like, woo, go straight past, and he's like, ooh. They pick different angles. It's a much more modern looking movie, and the fights are excellent. Some other things they've done, it's just some subtle changes, like Apollo's wife. There's a bit where she's like, "Stop the fight!" And originally it's a head-on shot of that. Stallone was saying he feels that that head-on shot like takes you out of the movie, because when you're watching people, you know, you're sort of giving them a side eye or whatever. You're not just like... Then, completely get it. It didn't offend me either way, but if some people found that, you know, like it ruined their immersion, that's what I was looking for. If it ruined their immersion and he's removed it, then great. But he also does the same thing in the driving montage, where I believe in the original cut, it's him dead on, and it's either him in the mirror or the light of the mirror reflecting in his eyes, and it's him seeing all his memories and stuff. Now, then I think it's perfectly fine to be looking directly in his eyes, because you're seeing his memories, you're seeing the like pain in his soul or whatever, you know, and the eyes are a window to the soul. So didn't really bother me, but didn't think it was an improvement. The robot's gone. That's fine. The kid is gone apart from one scene, so, you know, there's no breakfast of champions. Winnie's breakfast of champions, which is, for me, a highlight of the movie. They don't cut back to the kid at the end where they're all in Russia, so you don't get, what do you think we are, nerds? Which was one of my favourite lines in the original movie. It is much less kitsch, it's much less 80s, it's much more gritty, but with a few minor misses. Like I said, that stumble at the beginning was a noticeable stumble, but then the movie like gets you back into it, takes you on its journey. Then you get the final fight, and then you get the speech. And for me, the speech is the crescendo of the movie, not the fight. And that speech makes the movie go out with a bang. But in this one, there's the fight, which is the crescendo, and then there's the speech, and the speech is a different version or a different cut of the speech, which for me completely ruins the punchline, because the setup is, when I first came here, you guys didn't like me, and I guess I didn't much like you either. I guess it's better 2 guys in here beating the life out of each other than 20 million or whatever. And I guess what I'm saying is, if I can change, you can change, maybe we can all change. He didn't say, when I first got here, you guys didn't really like me, and I guess I didn't much like you either. So even though he does say, if I can change, you can change, we can all change, it doesn't make any sense, because he hasn't set it up. It's also a much more subdued delivery of that line. It's not like, if I can change, you can change, we can all change. It's just like, if I can change, you can change, we can all change, let's go home. And that was a big, big miss, I think. There was nothing wrong with that speech. That speech was the point of the movie. I know the point of the movie is montages and muscles and people bashing the snot out of each other, but that speech is part of what elevates it from just watching porn or UFC. You know what I mean? Bummer, I thought. And then, it doesn't even finish on the speech. They like walk off, get out of the ring, go down the corridor thing, and then it's the end of the movie. So instead of the movie going like, fight, calm down, fight, calm down, montages, fight, done, it goes, just lost a fight, wins a fight, and then Apollo dies, spoilers, and then montages, and then fight, and then speech, and then just walk it off. You're supposed to end the movie on a high, especially when it's the end of a franchise, because Rocky V doesn't exist. Rocky Balboa is excellent, by the way. And I think I know why he extended it to them walking down the road, because there is a look that Drago gives, and it is a characterful look, and he's trying to give everybody more character, which he did a great job of. But I don't think that the amount of extra character that he gave to Drago in that extra 20 seconds at the end of the movie makes up for the fact that he's just bombed the pace of the movie and then finished it. You finish on a high. Also, what the hell do I know? My movie making experience is in high school, me and some friends shot a very bad horror comedy, I guess. Probably not funny at all. Can't find the DV tape. That's out there somewhere. I've been involved in making a couple of music videos, but as far as storytelling, you know, I'm not your guy, so who am I to say that it's wrong? Also, for all the kitschness and stuff that he's taken out of the movie, there's a bit where Drago's like, the whole world will know my name, Drago, Drago. And it's pretty cringe, to be honest. I'm not dissing Dolph. Dolph is actually, in fact, Rocky IV and Dolph Lundgren are the reason that I took control of my own fitness. Previously, I had been fit and doing fitnessy type stuff through sport, through martial arts and stuff. Never team sport. I'm not really a team sport player, unfortunately. Ask me about football, I don't even know what cue they use. I was in a band and I was touring a lot, and then somebody told me I was fat, and I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And then I went home and looked in the mirror, I was like, oh shit, oh damn, I'm fat! Then I watched the Rocky movies. I was like, Dolph Lundgren, he has the perfect body. I want that one. How does he do it? In the 80s, I don't know if you know this, but in the 80s, Dolph Lundgren had a workout DVD, or a workout Betamax or whatever it was. And I did that every single day. Every day I would go for a several mile run, hate running. Then I would come home and I would do Dolph Lundgren's workout. Oh, it's called Dolph Lundgren's Maximum Potential. And the cool thing about it is it's not just exercise. So he's like, does a bit of warm up, then he does a bit of like meditation, does a little bit on diet, does a little bit about how you should live your life, then he does a little bit of exercise, and it's great. Stretching, it's great, it's really great. I still try and do it every January 1st, I think it's a good way to start the year. I like Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, so no disrespect, Dolph, and he is acting. As an actor, you got to shoot your shot, and sometimes that means you got to shoot a lot of shots, and then somebody picks which one is right for the character. Sly's trying to give that character more character, just didn't land, I thought. Big montage, I would say, is different, but it's as good. They really nailed sort of one-to-oneing, you know, Dolph's doing something, he's doing something. Dolph's doing something, he's doing something. And in the original montage, you can see that, oh, this is applicable. They're doing sort of the similar thing. In this one, it is very much like, he's doing it, he's doing the same thing in the trees. He's doing this, he's doing the same thing without all the technology. He's getting jabbed in the arm with a substance. Rocky's cooking marshmallows or something. So montage-wise, nailed it. Fight-wise, nailed it. Developing characters, oh my gosh. Paulie, I freaking hate Paulie. I've never liked him. He's a bellend. In this movie, he was great. I'm serious. Like, he was a great character, and for me now, he is completely redeemed. Great guy. I mean, you know, not a great guy, a terrible guy, but a very human being, which is the point, right? So, nailed Paulie, could not be happier with that. Definitely gave Adrian some more, or fleshed out the relationship between Adrian and Rocky, and it was really good. They have a relationship which is, you know, in the first one, it's a bit pervy, it's a bit, not abusive, but it's sort of feels like he's taking advantage of her. You know what I'm saying? In this one, they are a team as a couple should be, and it's fantastic. That dude who plays Apollo's trainer, can't remember what his name is. His character gets more as well. Great. I think overall, great fleshing out of the characters, great modernization of the fights, some directorial changes that are positive, but the two big failures of the movie, three big failures have become Drago, are the beginning and the end, and they could have just been brought together, make the movie a bit shorter or something. What I think it is he's trying to give these characters extra scenes so you care more about them, but it does ruin the package of the movie. And I guess that it's easier to sell, oh, here's my director's cut, it's half an hour longer, you're gonna love it, then here's my director's cut, it's 3 minutes longer. You know, people might be like, oh, well, what's the point? Not realizing that there's a lot more that goes into it than just putting extra scenes in. Overall, if you're a Rocky fan, definitely worth a watch, but a couple of misses, I reckon. Do you have a different opinion? I would like to hear it, because I didn't even take media studies at high school, you know? I'm just a guy who's seen a lot of movies and cares. And today is too poorly to do anything more useful. So here we are, having a chat, having a cup of tea, thinking about Dolph Lundgren's bod and Sly's bod. God damn. Seriously, man, seeing them at the cinema, big highlight. I sound like such a perv. I have no defence. So if you've seen it, which edition is going to be your go-to edition from now on? Me, I feel like it needs a fan cut that is half Rocky 4 and half Rocky extended editions. And I don't see myself having time to make that edition, but somebody's gotta. I'm looking at you. Anyway, I'm going to go feel sorry for myself, collect some snot, and try and be as useful as possible. Try not to play Skyrim. And yeah, whatever you do, get them gains. Be well. One of us should be. And oh no, that's it. No, it's not 3 things. Peace.